Assalamu alaikum, Sunday Youth Club parents. I hope you all are doing well. This video is for our Young Dreamers Elementary School Club, our True Hearts Middle School Club, and also our Courageous Companions High School Club. By now, you have most likely received messages from our dear sister Misha Khan, we're very honored to announce is going to be the director of our youth clubs going forward for the next year. And in that message, she has given details of the overview of each club, the process of either registering for Young Dreamers or applying for the older two, because the older two clubs are now application based, and really the vision for the next year. I just wanted to say a few points because our early registration is ending tomorrow night, and I wanted just to have a touch point with all of you. Alhamdulillah, last year was an explosion for the club. We went from 50 students to 95, and there was a lot of blessings that came from last year. I do feel that with the larger size, there were things that needed to be tweaked, things that need to be improved from our side, but also just enhanced so that we could really capture what we believe is the transformative power of the clubs. So building on what went well, but then also increasing and expanding and innovating and continuing to be creative with these clubs. These clubs are designed to really meet the youth where they are in a world that is changing. And because the world is changing, I believe that our best energy, our best intellects, and our creativity have to actually go towards youth education. Sometimes it feels as if, with adults, you can be complex, and with youth, you have to be really simple or simplistic. And the reality is, I think I use more of my brain power when designing programming for our youth than I do when teaching adults. This critical age that Imam Ali talks about, 0 to 7, play with your kids. 7 to 14 is their main education, Imam Ali says. After 14, be their friends. This critical age requires the greatest capacity from our community. We have to invest in our children and our youth. The seeds that we're planting, they're going to have to bear seasons of this modernity. This dunya with all the politics and the genocide and the war and the bullying, but also the beautiful opportunities where technology could be a hammer that breaks them or something they build with. To prepare them for the world going forward, we need these educational and intellectual and social programs to be dynamic. And that's why we call it Sunday clubs and not Sunday school. I know half our parents still call it Sunday school, but it's not meant to be an extension of school. This is a place the reason we call it Young Dreamers is we want this to be a place where people can dream. Our children can dream bold and beautiful Medina dreams of being a Muslim that thrives in the society. We call it True Hearts because we want our middle schoolers to preserve their fitrah, this purity that was given to them by Allah as they go into the most difficult transition of their life. We call it Courageous Companions because we want our high schoolers to face the challenge that comes with high school and beyond with courage. We are in a time that will require courage. Like our companions when they used to face off against the darkness of the world and they would say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There is no strength, there is no power except from Allah. So it is in this spirit that we invite you to these 3 clubs as we evolve into the next year, inshallah. The Young Dreamers, I will be spending a lot more time with them this year. The way we've designed the clubs, I'll have a full hour and a half with them, giving them personal mentorship. We will be teaching them from adab, akhlaq, and manners of the Prophet ﷺ. So really from character development, that will be our focus. They will also have a really incredible session by our young sister Malaika, who's doing her master's in architecture, where they will be designing Muslim civilizations using modeling clay and really imagining what it would be like to live in a modern city based on all the great civilizations of the past, from Mali to Cordoba to Andalusia, Ottoman Empire, going all the way back to Medina of the Prophet ﷺ. So we're really excited about that. They'll also have rotating sessions. So we'll be modeling a Muslim city. Then we'll have 2 sessions of theater where they will be putting on the seerah through theater in a very respectful way, of course. And then we will have the True Hearts Club and the Courageous Companions. This year for True Hearts and Courageous Companions, it is application based. We want to return back, even though the clubs got really big, I think we lost a little bit as we grew too fast. We want to have standards. The youth that come have to be committed. We're not here to babysit youth who don't want to be there. This is not that type of program. This is not a program where parents should be dragging their youth to the program. There were just times last year where that didn't work. So this year, we're only accepting 12 True Hearts members and 12 Courageous Companions members with no exception. And we're going to be accepting young people who show us that they're ready to grow and to transform. And inshallah, that will inspire us to bring our best also every week to the club, inshallah. And we have all intention to continue to improve and get better with the clubs, inshallah. Our True Hearts and Courageous Companions will be following the following schedule. They will begin with a new component called Youth Group. This will expand on the business club of last year. They will be developing a youth group from scratch, which will include branding, logo building, making a full website, connecting it to a bank account, creating merchandise that will be sold in their stores, and then creating programming for the youth group. This will be run by them. They will elect their own leadership, and we will be there to mentor. So we're really excited about that. Once again, I'll be teaching them from a book called The Content of Character, Ethical Sayings of the Prophet ﷺ, and they will have a new component called Vanguard, where every single day they will have to teach back what they learned, and before coming to the next meeting, they have to teach at least one person what they learned in the previous class. So we're really excited about that. Number 3, the third component of the club for this year is they will have a guest mentor. It's called Guest Spotlight, that will be joining our village community every single week. And this portion will overlap with also the parents and the adults in the community. They can join for this special session. In this mentorship, they will meet, for example, a surgeon that was working in Gaza. They will meet a permaculture farmer who lives off the land. They will meet a master architect that has designed Muslim projects and masjids and visionary art all around the world through their design, right? They'll have 22 luminaries of this sort coming and visiting them every week. And in doing so, they're very understanding of their possibilities, their capacity, their imagination will expand, and also their potential career paths as they meet mentors that can guide them, provide them internships and help them illuminate the path forward, inshallah. And the final piece, which I'm probably most excited about, is that they will have electives based on their interests. So just like electives in school, here you'll get to pick every 7 weeks one of our very creative clubs that will help them connect to their passions and grow in areas they may never have seen possible. So for example, in the first session, we're going to have Islamic calligraphy, inshallah. We're going to have a cooking class. We're going to be having ultimate frisbee. We're going to be having dhikr hikes. And we'll be having a chess board game club, right? The idea is that you can only stay in one type of club one time throughout the year as we rotate. So if you did something more art related, then you should do something more outdoorsy. If you did that, you should do something more intellectual. So by doing this, every 7 weeks, the kids and our youth get to choose something of their deepest passion with other people who are passionate about that. We'll even have a club on anime in Islam. So the idea, once again, is to meet them where they are and help them find their faith in their interests, while also, when we do, for example, our songwriting club, helping clarify what is beneficial in these areas in interest and what should be avoided, inshallah. So we're really, really excited about these new additions to the club. We invite you all for the older clubs to apply, for the young dreamers to register. Our registration or early registration is ending tomorrow. Then the registration amount will go up by $75, but you can still register through October, inshallah. We're really honored to have you. There's so much more to talk about. We're going to be having nature retreats with this group. Inshallah, we're going to be having field trips. We're really giving our next year, and we're going to give all of ourselves, inshallah, to our beloved youth. The more difficult times become for the Muslims in the Ummah, the more we have to invest in our youth, and that's really our intention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.